Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by Money Stocks. Today is Friday, November 9th, 2012. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. The futures are once again trading lower today, down 9 points to 1366 per contract. That's a pretty steep decline. Again, when the futures are down, it tells you one thing: the U.S. dollar index is up. The dollar is making a pretty good little move here, up to around 81.14. So a decent little pop there on the dollar. Dollar catching a bid today. Everything else is really plunging a little bit lower. We've had a pretty good sell-off now ever since President Obama was re-elected the President of the United States. And also you have a lot of European problems coming to the center. So again, we'll have to watch and see exactly how this market plays out, but a couple of things you should know about overall is that you will have more economic data coming out of Europe, and everybody is starting to follow that a little bit closely. And then you have later today, there's going to be a press conference by President Obama and then John Boehner, Speaker of the House. They're going to talk about the fiscal cliff. So again, when nothing gets done in Washington, the stock market will force their hand, and that looks to be what's happening today. So we'll see how this market plays out. It is a Friday. We usually don't look for a big down day on a Friday, but hey, you never know. Normally it's flat to slightly positive. But either way, futures are down 9 points, and you have to take that into account. So we'll see how this all plays out. Now, looking forward here, we do have gold up $2 to $1,728 an ounce. Gold has had a good move already over the past week. Take a look at the GLD this morning. You'll see the GLD sitting right around 167.73. So that's basically just a touch lower than where it closed yesterday. Again, the GLD will trade till 4 o'clock, where spot gold closes at 1:30 East Coast time. Let's take a look at oil this morning. Oil is down 85 cents. So oil is trading right now, light sweet crude that is, at $84.24. Let's take a look at the USO. The USO is also trading lower, down to around $31.09 per share. The USO closed at $31.30 yesterday, so the USO is trading a little bit lower. Dollar is stronger. Oil usually will go down when the dollar is stronger. Keep a dollar chart up at all times today. If the dollar starts to sell, it's probably a good indication the markets are about to catch a bid. But I wouldn't expect much until this John Boehner press conference is over, and that's going to be around 11, 12 o'clock this afternoon. So again, that's when the markets may make some kind of a move. You'll have to watch for that pretty closely. But once again, just to reiterate, President will be speaking first, and then John Boehner right afterwards. We'll see if there's any conclusion on this fiscal cliff. If there's not, then maybe the markets go lower. But we'll see if the markets read the tea leaves as being somewhat positive and recover a little bit. But either way, a lot of technical damage has been done, and we'll see where these markets go. Let's take a look at a few stocks in the news. We're going to start off with this Kayak. It looks like Kayak is being bought out by Priceline. So again, this is a takeover. There's nothing to do. If you own this, congratulations. Trail your stop loss or take it off the table. If you don't own it, leave it alone. There's nothing to do here. Priceline bought it out, I believe, for $40 a share. So I don't expect the stock to drop much from this level. Let's take a look here at Priceline today, and you'll see Priceline is trading a little bit lower on the news. Anytime a company that's making the acquisition, spending the money to buy another company, that stock will usually drop. So Priceline could go lower. There looks to be a pretty decent little support level around 590 and then 570. But either way, it's hard to judge it because they're paying $40 a share, and the stock will usually get adjusted somewhat, and it's never exactly perfect. So again, Priceline down, Kayak up. Priceline is purchasing Kayak, and that's what you need to know. Do not trade Kayak. There's nothing to do here at this stage of the game. Another stock we see in the news today is Disney. So Disney Corp in the news. Stock is getting hit a little bit. I did find some levels I think that look attractive. The first level is around 47.14. It could be as low as 46.50. So just think of that. Watch those levels. It's hard to pinpoint it. After that, though, I do like the 43.80 level. So Disney looks good at the 43.80 level, and even at 43 bucks, it's still even some more support. And then you're going to watch $40.82. So watch those levels for Disney. They could be bounce levels. The only problem is if the market is going down and the stock is weak already, that stock can go further. So, most of these gap plays, if the market's tanking, you may want to leave them alone because it's just very dangerous. When the overall tide is shifting in one direction and the stock is already weak, it can go lower, and you have to know that. Especially right now, we're going through a little bit of some turbulence here in the marketplace with the elections upon us. The European news is back in front and center, and then you have the fiscal cliff looming. So the big deal is getting made out of the fiscal cliff. So be a little bit on the careful side of this. Let's take a look at J.C. Penney's. This stock looks like reported earnings down a little bit. It's come back off of its lows, but looking at the charts, there's really no level I would get interested in this thing until basically we have a couple levels here. I'll give it to you, but they're really not even that attractive. You have $19.42. That's going to be the low from 2010. There'll be a little bit of support there, but it's not even that great. And then after that, it's really down. I'm going to say all the way down to double bottom, which is around a 1370. So 1370, I like that double bottom there. But this is nothing great for J.C. Penney. And again, you'll find some support, I guess, short term around 19. It should get defended a little bit. But as I said before, this is a weak stock and a weak market. The markets are going lower. J.C. Penney can go lower too. So be careful there. Let's take a look at this Lionsgate Films. LGF is the ticker symbol. Now this stock's having a strong gap up, but there's still a ton of resistance up at double top around 17. So while it is a strong gap up today, nice move. The stock's closed yesterday at 14.60, now trading at around 16 bucks. Very, very good move, but I just don't see a lot of upside here. So again, it is a strong gap. You don't want to fade that, but around 17 bucks or so, the stock should fall off a little bit. I just don't see a lot of strength in this one around that level. So keep that on watch. It shouldn't really have much more of a move, but hey, you never know. It is a strong gap up today. We also have a couple of others out there. Nordstrom, which is JWN. Stock right now is trading at 54, closed at 55.40. There's a little bit of support in here. I'm going to go with the best level that I can find overall. And to me, that tells me the stock probably has some short-term support around 51, maybe even $50. So, keep that on the radar, 51 to 50.50. Hard to find the exact pinpoint on these. So, again, that's the only level I get interested in for probably an intraday bounce, around the 50.50, $51 area, depending on how the chart looks. That's really all I'm seeing for that one. Should that fall lower, then you're going to look at 49.40, and then ultimately you're going to look at a near-term double bottom from June, which was 46.37. But I think the stock has a legitimate shot for a bounce around 51, 50.50, $50.50, right around there. But other than that, I just wouldn't get attracted to any other levels, not in this kind of a market. So we'll see how it plays out. But again, that's really all I have for today. But I just want to reiterate, you do have the Obama speech coming up, John Boehner speech coming up, and we'll see how the market reacts after those two speeches. And really, that's all. You just got to take it slow today. Again, we'll see how this plate winds out by the closing bell. I want to wish you all a great trading day, great weekend, and I will see you on the charts on Monday. Take care, everyone.